Hey up, how you doing? Are you alright? What we doing tonight? Something a bit different. That there beer I got in a Flavourly Christmas hamper. Now if you watch the channel you know I didn't get a Flavourly one this year. Didn't get one last year. I haven't had one for a few years. I have a funny feeling this one came in 2018, which means this there beer is out of date. Now, this went out of date on the 10th of September 2019. I reckon I got it in 2018. This beer has been kept in a dark, cool place all that time because I loved it so much. I was going to save it and I've just come across it. As it degraded, is it going to give me poisoning or is it going to be all right? I can't exactly remember what it was like. But on the back of this beer, I brewed one. That there, feeling very squidgy and not very carbonated, is a marshmallow porter. Brewed in the same year. Now this hasn't been looked after at all. This has been stuck in the garage on a shelf through several winters and several summers. I think this was made from a kit as well before I started doing all grain, and I just chucked a load of marshmallows in it. I did a kit, left it in the front room, chucked a load of marshmallows in it. No idea what the ABV is. We'll talk about this in a minute. I'm going to get that beer in a glass because I'm thirsty. So the point of this is, that's been in the dark, in a cool place. It's well out of date. It is now nearly June 2024. It's 5 years out of date nearly, isn't it? But it looks all right. Looks all right. Smells all right. This is coming in at 4.8% of the ABV. Quite a few people got these Flavourly ones at the back end of 2018, maybe 19. Did you get one? Can you remember what was in it? Leave a comment below. So, after brewing a porter, which is that one, that's been hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold over 5 years, I just chucked marshmallows in. I have no idea what the ABV is. I didn't realise that we get marshmallow from lactose and vanilla, don't we? That's what we get it from. I've got a picture, I think. There you go. That was the bucket. Just pink and whites. They just dissolved and turned into sugar and started fermentation again. I absolutely didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a bleeding clue. Now this is really still chocolatey. I think it tastes like a porter. I think we've probably lost the marshmallowy part of it. But that is still a very pleasant porter, even though it's well out of date. Well out of date. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like a chocolate porter now, which is fair enough. We've lost the marshmallow completely. Can't taste any of that in it. But it's all right. It's all right. Like I say, that has been looked after. That has been in a dark, cool place. Should we see the one that we haven't looked after? I've only got one more bottle of this left. So I've got this one. I've only got one more. That is, I'm not expecting much carbonation on this. That might be a tad cold. Yeah. I think I remember that smell. That has got no head. I'm going to leave that there. Brown. Flat. Coca-Cola. There's nothing. It ain't doing, it's not doing right. That does not look very inviting anymore, I've got to be honest. It's a bit of a funny brown colour. Don't remember that. It looks a bit thin as well. But it smells really, really alcoholic. There's not even anything popping up at the top of there. Right, where was I? Have some family stuff to attend to there. Yes, it's a bit of a brownie colour. It's got no head, and I can't see any carbonation going anywhere up there. On the aroma, it's got a really, really strong alcohol smell. And it looks a bit thin. Do I? It's not going to hurt me, is it? Okay, so actually the mouth feels better than what it looks. It's more to a medium. It's got no carbonation left at all, completely gone. Bottle conditioned. It did have a nice head, I can remember, I think. It was a while ago. Lots happened since then, hasn't it? Really strong alcohol taste and smell, and I think I can remember this. Like really, all the way. It's right on the nose, right? It's when you put it to your lips, and it's on the back of the tongue, still now lingering. Like I say, I chucked a load in, and it just started fermenting again. I think all the sugars, but there must have been. I think there is still a bit of marshmallowy. Still think there is a little bit of maybe vanilla. I think there's still some vanilla in there. I don't know if that's not. So if that was carbonated and that had a head, I'm not convinced that has degraded. Well, it has degraded. It has, hasn't it? Because there's no carbonation and the head, and it looks like flat Coke, doesn't it? That's what it looks like. But the taste, I don't think that has made a lot of difference. No windows in the brew garage, big double doors, but they're not open very often. So we don't get a lot of light ingress apart from when the lights are on. They're in the right colour bottles, aren't they? And this is, I think it's over 5 years old. I will look back. I know I've got a picture of the marshmallows in the top of the wort. And there'll be a date stamp on that, won't there? So I'll put that down there when I took that picture. So we'll know, won't we? I can't for the life of me. I've been trying to rack my brains before doing this video what kit it was. I mean, it was just a can porter kit. Because I don't think I've ever done an all grain porter. I mean, that alcohol, and I can remember this from brewing it. There's no homebrew, and I wasn't treating my water then. This was just, I might use bottled water to be fair. I don't know. Can't remember whether they used tap water or bottled water. It's quite a long time ago. What? Oh my goodness. I didn't write anything down about it. I took no gravity readings. I cannot for the life of me remember what kit it was. But there's no homebrew twang to this at all. Nothing. And some of the ones I was doing at the time was, I don't know why I bottled this, because I was using pressure kegs, I think. Anyway, that I think tastes very, very, very similar to it used to. Really similar from what I can remember. I did have one of these on a after party chat with the Hop Edition podcast probably a year and a half ago. So it's sort of in my memory, and it does, that's how it tasted. And I say, if this was carbonated with a head, with the bubbles running around my mouth, I don't think that'll be a million miles off. And that has just been sat on that shelf, which has been down there, to be fair. There's one more left. And it's been getting hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold for at least 5 years. I normally drink them. I've actually stopped so much bottle conditioning. I normally have a 19 litre keg, and I normally bottle condition probably 4. I've sort of been brew, or I've been leaving that last bit, or I've been having it. I've just been putting it in the fridge myself. It's so unpredictable sending them out. So if I'm going to send beer mails out, I think my plan is to. I've got a connector for one of them Intertaps, Nuka Tap. I've got a connector for one of them Nuka Taps. So I can put my bottler on it. It's for a quick disconnect in it. So I think I'm going to try. If I do send any beer out, I'm not going to send bottle conditioned beer out. I'm going to try really hard not to, unless it's an impy that I haven't brewed yet. But yeah, so that that's smooth. That is still smooth, that is. It's lovely. Really, really smooth. Dark, cool place, chilling out the way. September 2019 out of date. That has just lost some vanilla, but the mouthfeel's still lovely. Still got a little bit of carbonation. It's smooth. It's really nice, but it's not marshmallowy. This wasn't particularly ever massively marshmallowy. It was just a really strong stout because everything got ate up, I think. But there must have been some bits come out of those marshmallows. The flavouring mustn't have like the vanilla. But that tastes really strong of alcohol. No idea what ABV that is. And I didn't at the time, I remember. Not a Scooby-Doo. I don't know. I feel this may be quite strong. It smells strong. It tastes strong. It's really strong. It really tastes and smells strong. Still decent. It's pretty flat. So I just wanted to compare them, and I still haven't really got a conclusion, to be fair, because apart from the carbonation disappearing off that, I'm not sure that's changed that much, to be fair. I don't think that's out of the way. I know it's a dark beer. They're a bit more resilient. If that was full of hops, we would be in all sorts of trouble, wouldn't we? I know that. I understand that, and it's not. So if you're going to do it with a dark beer, because you'll probably get away with it. Something a bit different. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Cheers!